It's yeah. It's the season for it, right?
Yeah, sources for products. AC went down at one of the rental units of Mary and I managed yesterday.
Sounds like one's going bad over at the community center.
They just fixed one of them.
Yeah, we just fixed one.
Did you? Well,
When I was looking at the stuff at the fire station, and I walked over, and the compressor unit outside was all tore apart, and I noticed, so that was probably 2 weeks ago, and I noticed last week there was a new one sitting there, and it's like, they were trying
To get
to
a
fix
grant
something.
from Polk County to fix the others.
well, I know Saturday night, one of them, it was not sounding very, very healthy.
Yeah.
Well, you should have heard the one in the old police office, the old city hall office, what that sounded like for the last 5 years before it finally got craps last year.
Those are 30 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is the other one, is that the same age as the front one? The one for the addition?
Yeah, they're all-
City Hall, or the old council chambers area? The one that
No, I'm talking about the community center.
Oh. I didn't
Those
know.
are all original.
Right, I wonder, because I know the one up front was, in the one that did the old city hall area was old enough to where, like, I know, like 5 years ago, they said, this thing is, it's getting to the point where it's end of life, it's where, when it goes, and it was already rattling, making a heck of noise, when it goes, we're not gonna be able to fix it, and it died last summer when the police chief was still here, and they didn't have any money in the budget to do anything with it, so. It's been down since last summer. They're supposed to be working this week. Week and a half, about a week ago, the one that does the old council chambers and the office in the back went down. They need the new outside compressor unit.
Okay, they said, I don't remember if it's ours or the fire department is like 1998 or something. I'm like, that was a long life.
You're acting like that's an antique. What are you trying to say?
I'm just saying it's lasted a while.
For an air conditioner.
They're only
it's
typically
getting
good,
out
what
there.
is it, like 10 to 15 years-ish?
And you get between 20 and
Oh, you
15 to 20 maybe.
can. I don't remember all the facts from my days in that department.
Should we do it? Okay, call to order. Mitchellville, Iowa Planning and Zoning Board for August 11th, 26. Roll call.
Chambers. Hoover.
Here.
Fairclough. Brazelton. Here. Webb. Here. Thomas.
Here.
Kendrick.
Here.
And liaison one. Here.
All right. We're sure we have a quorum. Let's see. Oh yeah, approval of the consent agenda, minutes from July 14th.
We'll make a motion.
I second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, item 4, Mr. Craig, discussion regarding land interests west of town and south of the railroad.
You don't pass these around.
Thank you.
You guys get it?
My name is Edward Craig. I live at 7242 Northeast 112th Street, mile and a half north of town. So I've been in this room quite a while. Most of you were on planning and zoning when I was back here for more than once. So it's the same piece of ground west of town that there's now interest as you have in your hands. And I thought you might be interested in the fact of the comments that went with it. So there's nothing really in the mill at this time, as you can see. It still has generated interest, but you can see there's hoops that we're going to have to go through for it to go any further at this point. So if there's any questions, be glad to answer, but that's why I'm here.
So this, the original piece of property?
Same piece that we were 10 years getting it in. Same piece.
That
Cross
spot up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Across from Mike Ryan, I think, right?
West of Olson's.
I'm glad we got through all that.
Yeah.
Could I say it was interesting?
Yeah.
And now after we got through all that, it looks like we can start moving forward with it. Yes.
So you all know, or most of you will know, that the zoning is to, as high as we can go. Obviously, the annexation was already taken care of, so it's just a matter now of the stuff that's on your page there, of finding somebody, whoever that's gonna be, whether it's this group or council or whatever, to work with them on the infrastructure, and so that's pretty evident of what we're gonna be looking for whenever they come back. And you can see they're not coming back right away.
Is it zoned agricultural right now?
No.
Zoned
M1.
M1?
Heavy industry.
Okay.
And most of you know, it would have been, Landis would have been there had we been able to get it done in time for them. And I was never happy with, because we ended up selling the other piece to them, but was never happy with their decision to put it where it was, because it never made sense. It made sense to be on a railroad.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't wait.
Yeah.
And we were just months away from getting it completed, but
If that would have happened, Landis would have been,
on the railroad.
and also
In the city limits.
Uh-huh.
and they're currently not.
No,
It's my understanding that they really don't care if they are.
they've been asked, when I put the other piece surrounding Landis in, they were asked and they said no.
Yep.
Now, that was then, who knows, maybe the next time they're asked, but right at this point, the rest of the farm is in, but Landis is out. I guess I would say one more thing, and the reason that I got here in the first place was because the county sent me here, and I was really shocked when I watched how the county worked with them on that project. I was not expecting it to go as smooth as it did with them.
Well, we all know that back then, you always had the cooperation, and everybody here on this board wanted everything to move forward. Got halted at the city council.
Yeah.
Well, it was city council neighbors. I mean, most everybody knows the rest of the story, Paul Harvey. So, we just had to take it a step at a time until we could get it done. So
is there a business or corporation that's currently interested?
they're not telling me.
They're not
What-
telling you right now?
What you see is what I know.
Right.
So what's the next step, Ed? Do they want a letter from us saying we're open to working with them?
I think
Um,
what I'm seeing there, and if I need to, I'll try to find out more, but I believe if you look at that till this fall, they're gonna come back and see where we are at this time. The guy's saying that his project or projects he's working on is taking up his time right now, so he's looking at fall when he would be coming back. So mostly what I did was to bring it to you guys when I got it, so that we would be starting to know and be upfront on what we have to do or should do. And where it goes, I have no idea. Maybe it'll still be a farm next year, or the year after, I don't know.
I think that this needs to be seen by the city council.
I agree.
Absolutely.
So do we need to put forth a motion to bring it to city council, or? like make sure it's all like safe and
Right.
all things are done, yeah, maybe just make a motion to have
All
this
right, is there
information.
a motion to bring to the city council record of this correspondence?
I move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And, as we have discussed, you have always had our support.
Yes, I know that. I know that. So I appreciate that.
Mhm.
And I have nothing else to say other than if you have questions or if it comes along that you need to get back with me, please do so, and I'll do the same for you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ed.
Okay. Item 5, GLC Mitchellville Plat 2 preliminary plat.
Yes, good evening.
Just to clarify, I'm not Jeff Gaddis.
I never noticed you were him.
Yeah, he's much smarter than me. So Jeff is our civil engineer, and he couldn't be here tonight. But I'm Kevin Kane. I've been before you before. Thanks for taking time to get us on the agenda. I was back here in July telling you that we had sold some property there in Plat 2. You helped us get that divided. That transaction has closed. Interstate's Power from Altoona has bought the 13.5 acres. So we're before you tonight with the preliminary plat submission. And Jacoby, just to clarify, we also submitted public improvement drawings with this so we could extend the road. Does that need P&Z approval or does that go straight to council?
Yes, so tonight they will hear what you have to say, they got all the documentation, and then they will decide if they recommend it to the county council or
Okay,
not. Where
okay.
they'll be, if they decide to move it forward on Monday, there will be resolution.
For all of that, for the public improvements as well.
I did not have hard copies prior to the meeting because it's just that. I can get anybody a hard copy that wants one.
Save the
As
paper.
soon
Save the
as
tree.
Save the paper.
So I can email beside it if you want.
No. No, please, just all,
So I'm here, happy to answer any questions. Again, this is just a continuation of that development on the south side for Plat 2. We plan to extend 8th Street another 750 feet just past interstates with a shared use. At the same time, while we're redeveloping that area, we are going to move the creek or the stream that runs north to south across the site to provide a more buildable site for what's remaining on the east side of the creek. So that rerouting, we've already been through the DNR process. We had approval and permitting, just we didn't have any buyers or developers that need to develop and do that now. So we're gonna do that as a part of this now, just to get that cleaned up as well. So you'll see that all on the drawings. So happy to answer any questions.
So this part of the drawing here that you included with that plat, it shows you moving the creek more towards the railroad.
Correct?
And then it shows is that like a future spur coming off the railroad if it could happen?
So yeah, so we preliminary designed this so that you could, the users that come to the site interested in it, rail is unique to most industrial properties.
Right.
So we went through the railroad process to get it designed. We're not putting that in yet, again, until we have a user that wants that, that rail spur can move further west.
Sure.
If that is determined. But yeah, we've got that all approved. We're just not gonna put the creek crossing in right now. And our schedule, just for a timeline, if we do get approved, we want to start within the next 2 weeks, pull a permit and get started. We owe Interstate's Power a road by October 15th. So time is of the essence on our behalf, but we also want to make sure you guys are comfortable with what we've submitted to get that done. So they want to break ground really quickly as well.
Are you privy to the V&K comments that were made?
I am, yep, yes, sir. And I believe Jeff and Randy have spoken about those, and those will all be cleaned up. A lot of them, and I can go one by one, but most of them are just for informational purposes. There's very few that are making changes to it, and those will be addressed on the final plat. But I'm happy to go item by item if you have questions on any of this.
I just needed to know that they were addressed.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
I'll make a motion to move it forward to council. Second?
We have a motion and second. Let's do a roll call.
Webb,
Yes.
Hoover,
Yes.
Chambers, Stapleton,
Yes.
Sherrick, Thomas,
Yes.
Hendrick.
Yes. All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Comments, thoughts? Other than a very obvious one, and, I mean, in my opinion, and.
I do have, because the Webbs did submit that paperwork
Mhm.
to annex that property in. I don't, that isn't happening anytime soon, is it? Cause I don't think it's really gonna be possible since that land is so far out. There's no continuance to actually annex. I think we might run into possibly the same problem we ran into with Ed.
Well, there is, it's
Hmm?
on the backside of Quick Start, that's in the city limits.
That, where they're doing their estate, where they're doing that estate.
From the last one, is that what you're referring
Yes.
to?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm
Where
sorry,
they're
I'm talking,
building-
I was talking about
building
the,
houses.
Oh, okay.
That's the land
yeah,
that
the
they
big spot.
submitted. And that's out there by Santiago Church.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
You gotta have connecting.
right, you gotta have
Yeah.
connecting.
Yeah.
We need some way to figure out how to get in touch with the other landowners, letting them know that Webbs have done this, and if they'd be willing to annex into town. Otherwise, I don't know if that's gonna be an easy thing to do.
So I know I at least got an email about renewing, the studying for the P and Z. How many are going to that, or doing that online?
I think that's the only option, right? To do it
Right.
online. Yeah.
So I'm doing that August 24th,
Is that when you're gonna do it?
yeah, in the
Okay.
evening.
I'll do it.
But my thing is, after we go through this training again, we need to set down times to work on our 10-year plan.
Absolutely.
Because that's the only way we're gonna get people to want to annex in.
Right.
It can't be hit or miss.
We need to start,
Yesterday.
Drawing the lines
being more.
So we've already been through this, do we have to go through it again?
to renew.
Is this the same classes that we kind of took in person?
I don't know. I just know.
I don't know, I took it when I was on the council and I took it again because
Because
I was
we've
bored.
all been to classes.
Yeah.
No, we
I think Jacoby said you'd look for our certificates.
No, so I believe it was like June or July, like there's like a random cutoff date in 2025. If you were already on a board prior to that, it's not, I believe it said it wasn't required, but it was still recommended to get freshened up on all the new rules and
I
everything.
surely don't.
Maybe.
So to answer your question, if you were before whatever that date was, then no, you don't have to.
Right.
But anybody after that date has to.
I'm kind of curious on how much it's changed.
Change.
Yeah.
I'll
And I
let the
think,
school me teach.
was it you who said one of the options?
Take notes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
so-
can't do it then, I know, but
Well, there's
I
several
know.
options.
I mean, I
Yeah.
looked at, they were all.
And one of them might cost money, but some of them, there are free options. And I can always look in other places too, if those three don't work out for an individual, we can find another one too.
Well, I know when we went to those classes,
Yeah.
the city paid for all that.
Yeah.
I mean, they haven't paid the city. I would think that we should be reimbursed if we.
If you have to do the one that costs the money.
Correct.
I think this one's free because it didn't
Oh,
charge
yeah.
me anything.
The one was you.
Yeah,
yours
the
is-
24.
Okay.
I'll check into that tonight.
For sure.
And I think that they offered a couple of free, I knew there was one that was, there was charges associated with it.
Well, that's my thoughts.
That's pretty cool.
Jacoby, has anybody approached us about annexation lately? or-
Anybody else?
Nobody.
No. The two I told you that.
What's going on with the bike path? Or what I see is a bike path going on out there.
Right now it's stopping where it is,
Where is it stopping?
right?
116.
Yeah, like on that
160?
side of on the east side, because to get from, like on our side, it involved using the railroad,
Mhm.
and the railroad denied it. So it's one of those things that we have to get together and work with Altoona to kind of come up with a plan, to revise it, to re-present it to the railroad, or to see how it's gonna work without using the railroad, and then try at it again.
Because they intend to still use it for car storage, basically?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep, that's how when I talked to the gentleman, he said that's still their intent. They're not opposed to looking at ideas. That's just where they stood the last time they were presented with an idea. We did get an extension with that grant, so that part's fine. We just have to figure out, and I've been calling Altoona to try to get a meeting with them and kind of say, where are you guys at? Like, what's your idea? To then see where we would connect, what that looks like.
I mean, it doesn't have to go down a railroad, does it? Bike path, you go and run around.
You
No,
could go down the side of Cotton Avenue and hook up with Bailey's.
right, and so that's, technically the trail, yes, there's parts of the trail, but then it could involve a city street to connect somewhere else. They said obviously you want to avoid that as much as possible, but that's not an invalid option.
Biggest cost on that would be getting over the interstate
Oh, yeah.
safely.
Yeah.
They could go under.
They could go under and just, yeah.
I mean, they did it at Southeast Boat.
They did, but I would think that would cost more. I don't know, digging a tunnel.
Yeah, you go under a federal interstate though, that's.
I need to think of what.
Either or.
Tunnel underneath the interstate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tunnel underneath the county road, that's the tunnel underneath the interstate.
Well, it's good, it's glad to see this finished this far.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, at least we have some
Yeah.
start.
Have to start somewhere, so.
And I think somebody told me that from where it ends now, they can cut through town and connect somewhere.
Right down.
I mean, I know
Right down
there was talk of bringing that through Center when they redid Center Street. Didn't they talk about that once and having a separate part of that?
Yeah.
The bike path that led out there. And maybe they can attach to out there by Bailey's easier if they went further east somehow. Or so.
Well, okay. The other thought is, and again, I've asked before, so there's no guidance or help or opportunity to help us with the 10-year plan from any other outside organization at this time.
B&K had told us during a meeting, they had some ideas presented. They had started presenting them last year,
Mhm.
and then they kind of quieted down for a little bit.
Mhm.
So they had ideas, correct? I believe they were going to keep them, or we just had to give them permission. I don't remember how you worded it.
I think that they were going to go back to the drawing board and figure out basically what the top 5 items that they already had.
Okay.
Could
Does that
we
sound
get
familiar?
B&K to one of our meetings?
I think we need to have a meeting with them and just get this pushed. They
Absolutely.
basically, at this
Build
point,
a timeline.
yeah,
Maybe
It-
even a letter out to the citizens asking what their top priorities are and
Yeah.
see,
Well,
as far as planning and zoning,
I mean, we have a template from the prior.
right?
From the prior plan. Obviously, I look at things like the bike path and other things that are developing as they are, which means that it's proof that our whole concept of zoning and development has to be revisited. But at this point, I think we just got to get something out the door and rolling, and get the public comment period going now that things have calmed down a little bit, and get it moving that way. I guess we're just gonna, we'll push this project through as best we can as a citizen advisory group, and, it'll be on the record as what our ambitions are, but it has to get done.
Yes.
So, yeah, if you could get the engineering firm here and tell them that we're just gonna start moving on this and give us what general templates we need and to start coordinating public hearings, that would be great.
Okay, so that needs to happen before the surveys go out, for the citizen.
I would like to sit down and brainstorm with them as to our approach.
We need to build a roadmap
Yeah.
first
Yep, yep,
with a
yep.
timeline.
Perfect, I will send that email right away, be like, hey, can you guys do the next
That would be good.
That'd be awesome.
one? That gives them a month to
Yep.
get things ready, and
That's right.
I'll make sure this one.
I'm not expecting this handed
I'll
to
make sure he
it.
has a copy of this to
Yes.
kind of look at too.
That's
see where
online,
you're
isn't it?
at.
Yeah.
Yep, I think he does, though, I'll make sure he does.
I'm not expecting it to be handed to us on a silver platter. I just want
Yeah.
a general idea and the means to get it out to the public and get the comment coming back in.
Definitely.
Could I make a comment?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so this is not new. This was going on back when I was in this room before. What was gonna happen with that thing?
That's right. You mean from revisiting our plan, our master plan? Is that?
No, the bike trail thing. It was a discussion then.
Mhm.
So the only comment being the oldest guy in the room with me, I'd like to make sure that there's good thinking process of bikes and traffic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And one of the things they were talking about doing is bringing them through and dumping them. Well, now with Quickstar, I would think that's not a good idea.
Right.
I agree. I mean, that's one reason I was very hopeful to see the concrete being paved down the abandoned railroad, well isolated and
Absolutely.
away from traffic. It's just, and you can look around and at the other bike paths and see the community development that has occurred because of these paths.
Yeah.
And so, I agree.
Yeah.
They should be two isolated things. And we can figure out what to do with electric scooters another time.
Oh, yeah.
Question,
Had to
are they
bring
going
that.
to put up like any kind of lights or like stop sign at the end of that? Like, I know that it stops,
Mhm.
but they kind of started pouring concrete on the other side of the
Oh,
road.
have they? I haven't even noticed.
There's just a little bit of a patch.
Okay.
And so if you're riding your bicycle on a hot day and you see that concrete on the other side, you think that that's, I
I'm
mean,
gonna,
yes, there's corn stalks in the way, but
I'm gonna
if
be,
you're hot.
I'm gonna be stupid here, but who are they? I mean, who actually controls and owns that right
Who did on that, the DNR?
now? It is a DNR?
I can't remember, wasn't it the DNR that had the plan from Prairie City to Mitchellville? That's what paid
I
for it.
believe so.
If-
That's who the REAP grant.
I think it
There we
is.
go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoever has the controlling authority on it, yeah, you're right. We need to be communicating with them. about
Uh-huh.
those kind of traffic control measures.
Because people just don't pay attention.
I saw they put barricades on the west side of the road, and I'm like, traps like another 10 feet in, it's like, I wonder if they just thought that it was gonna continue, sometimes the people that do the work don't always look at all the plans. Maybe that might have been a spot where they just dumped some overrun.
Mhm.
That's gonna be expensive
Yeah.
because that's got two trestles in that section of track.
There's a lot of investment in bike trails right now. I know when I drive down to Mount Pleasant, they're doing a bike trail for miles along 163,
I've seen that.
all the way down.
But if we've got bike trails and we've got ground to build houses around it, that's gonna bring people out here because
See,
bikers are just
That's
everywhere.
why we need to think about what's gonna be developed,
Exactly.
because if we're looking at, it may eventually go out by where the Baileys are. Maybe that bike trail, instead of being so close here, it can be routed down further east. And I know there's some there's old railroad on Bailey's around there. I wonder if is there any railroad that goes across the interstate east? I don't know.
What if you routed the bike trail up, county line, get underneath the
Right.
interstate, cause
Yeah,
it's a less busy road.
Exactly. Hey,
Then
you don't
you could-
go in, you're going underneath it.
Then you could, maybe do a trail to the side
Yeah.
after you get underneath the interstate.
Yes.
There's probably enough space to throw a trail there beside the
Right.
road. You get up and then do something off the road north of 70th where it dumps to gravel and do something up that way. That keeps you away from the main busy road. It gives you some more safety areas
Makes
to look
it
at.
a lot safer route.
That's a good idea.
It'd be interesting to know who the commission is and really get their vision.
Yeah.
Cause I've seen a map and it doesn't go the way they said it, thought it was gonna go. They
Right.
moved it on.
I thought it was, their talk was
Yeah,
by
they're
the
not doing
prison
that.
and everything, wasn't it?
It's going on out towards Altoona and then catching up with it.
The Iowa Natural Heritage Foundation, I messed up by saying the name. I apologize.
It would be interesting to see it run up county line, then dump into Chautauqua over closer to the river. Because
It'd be a
it
great
comes across
time, it'd be a
Oh,
great
it's
time.
terrific, yes.
It'd be a beautiful ride.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Getting the easements and getting all that, it's very costly.
I'll do some research into it. I can get those updated plans, but
That'd be good.
that would give you a connection through town up to Chautauqua without having to go over the interstate.
Right.
Right.
You know, find a little space under it. Now that, I'm pretty sure that bridge is actually wide. Like,
Yeah.
sneak a trail through there.
And a couple of electric scooters. Big thing.
We had a semi come off there a couple years ago. The guy, I think the guy fell asleep. He was going westbound and he drove off into the ditch east of the barricade on 120th. And went down and it took all the suspension and running gear off the bottom of his truck and his semi, the frame of the semi was sitting on 120th. And the call came into the accident it came in for the interstate at 120th, and it was the interstate at 120th, but the patient and all the stuff was on 120th.
Wow.
It was interesting. He was hauling strawberry puree
Oh,
in containers, it's in aluminum containers.
ooh.
Did
Oh,
you have any-
anybody?
Did you have any comments or anything?
No, I was just gonna ask Ed, as long as he's here, Ed,
Yes.
just wondering if you have a vision or a thought with the ground behind the bank? What your future is with that, and your name comes up every now and then, because you're a major property owner at close to Mitchellville, and wondering if you've given that vision any more thought.
No, because really, there hasn't been a plan that was really developed by anybody, including us, as to what that might be. So back to when I was here before, the general push, as I remember, that we talked about was industrial this way and privates this way, or, not commercial this way.
Right.
But nobody's contacted us about any interest in that piece of ground at this point. Now, back to the bike trail, there has been all kinds of stories about the bike trail, of where it would go, could go, should go.
Yeah.
And I just would, again, one more time say, it needs a lot of thought process. Because I'm gonna probably be asked to leave when I make this comment.
No,
But the road past our place and the road goes over to Bondurant, there's a lot of bikes on that road that are not on the bike trail.
Right.
And that's the way it is. I mean, that's just life.
Just a real question for you. If we were to manage to do a bike trail up at 120th, run up county line from the railroad tracks up to Chautauqua, do you think people would shift and actually get on the trail?
Well, okay, so.
Because they're riding the road because they don't have a connection
Oh, yeah, they do.
between here and there.
Yeah, they do.
Well, you'd have to go into Bondurant.
We'll do better, go down to Bailey's and get on.
Right, but I'm saying they're trying to start from home or something like that.
No. But anyway,
back to the comment that he just made, that was one of the things about bringing the bike trail past WHO. And then they looked at, okay, crossing Old Six or that road, better get the rescue unit sitting there.
Yeah.
Because of the hill. So that one, which was discussed, didn't fly very far. But obviously, none of it flew very far because it was just looking, talking, thinking, and I would just, again, one more time say, you need to give it a lot of thought.
But that's crazy that they put the money towards that, knowing they're butting up against Highway 6 or up against a major roadway, spending it anyway,
Right.
and not having a solution for it.
Would you care to think what I thought when I saw this map? Probably not.
All right. Anybody else? We have a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Dysfunctional.
Yeah.